Well, greetings, spiritual travelers. I'm Reverend Deborah Johnson. Welcome to Inner Light Ministries, to our weekly virtual offering. We are so glad to be here with you. Let's just take a breath, huh? Take another one. With every breath, we allow ourselves to become just a little bit more present. We're busy multitasking all the time. There's so many things that are vying for our attention. We're going to give ourselves permission to just be present here now. There's something that's trying to happen in this space, regardless of the time that you are tuning into this. I know that it's no accident. There's some reason why you're here now. That what we do here together is going to bring revelation. It's going to bring insight, healing, and transformation to your life. So I say thank you. Thank you for your presence. You know, life is in session, okay? Life is in session. There is a lot that's going on. And we're going to be talking today about being a global citizen. And what does that mean? And when I am referring to global citizen, as I'll share more a little bit later, that I'm not just talking about global in terms of the earth or the geography, that there is a way in which we are all universal citizens. We are part of something that's even bigger than nations and geography. To root ourselves in that, to have that be a part of our basic everyday identity. Inner Light Ministries is here for a specific purpose. And I'd like to share with you that purpose. If you're here, no doubt there's something in this that's resonating with you. So as you see it on your screen, I invite you to read along. Inner Light is an open, diverse, inclusive community of individuals and organizations dedicated to spiritual transformation. We provide tools for activating higher possibilities by applying universal spiritual principles to all circumstances. Our aim is personal and global healing through the omni-faith energy of love and the revealing of our own inner light. Promoting life's sacred interconnectedness, we embody spiritual oneness, appreciate individualized expressions, and honor all paths that lead to spiritual truth, justice, and ecological regeneration. So just breathe that in. Breathe that in. We come here to remember. There really isn't like anything new. Truth is truth is truth. It's transcendent of time and space, culture, language, and history. Nobody has a monopoly on it. We, in essence, are relearning what it is that we already know. There's an inner knower within us, and it knows that it knows. And we give ourselves permission to know what we know. And we know so much more than just what we've learned in this particular human incarnation. We have a boldness here, being part of the unbroken chain of life since the beginning of time. The ball is in our court now. It's in our court. We're very aware of the fact that we are stewards. We're stewards. We're not passing down the world to the next generations. Quite the contrary, it already belongs to them. We're like trustees. We're holding it in sacred trust, not ours to do whatever we want to do with it and then pass it on. No, 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 no. It's not ours. We're all just passing through. And as we're passing through, we're making our contributions along the way. It's almost like life is a big forest or garden, an orchard or something, that each generation does its part to till the soil, to plant seeds, to be part of the harvest. You may not be able to always partake from the fruit of the seeds that you plant. This is extremely important, particularly when we're living in a world that's so microwave conscious and it wants like everything instant, instant, instant. And sometimes we wonder, why do we even bother to do certain things if we personally aren't going to see its fruition? That's just way too short-sighted. Way, 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 way too short-sighted. In the purpose statement, it mentioned that we provide tools. And one of the tools that we offer every week are affirmative activations. They are 100 words to change your life, to change how you see things, to help you put things into practice, to shift your perspectives, to give you new perception, some principles upon which to stand, new paradigm, new prisms through which you can see. I'm going to invite you to say these activations along with me as they appear on your screen. I am a global citizen. I belong to something much larger than family, community, or nation. I am a part of the fullness of humanity itself, unfolding into its greatness. My thoughts are not private. They are deposits into the ethers. I'm careful of the thoughts that I emit. I'm mindful of the thoughts that I intercept and nurture. I won't let my inner vibration be dragged down. As I purify my own heart, I strengthen the entire world's chi energy. For the higher good, I relinquish all hurts and patterns. Releasing judgment, I choose being of the highest service. Breathe this in. Breathe it in. Notice if there's something that's really resonating with you. Maybe it's something like, I belong to something much larger than family, community, or nation. Perhaps it's, I'm a global citizen. You're really feeling that. Notice if there's anything else that you might be hesitant about, or even questioning if you're ready. Maybe it's something like, for the higher good, I relinquish old hurts and patterns. Or my thoughts are not private. They're deposits into the ethers. Ooh, that's something to chew on. So whether you're feeling like you're really connecting with it, or if it's something that you are resisting or questioning, know that there's some value in there for you. I invite you to come back, to be with it, say them often, embody it. There's a blessing for you in all of it. So take a breath. As we prepare ourselves for the message that I'm even curious to see what it is that Spirit's going to give to us today. There's a little offering. It's a bit somber, but I feel like there's a resonance in it that's just really beautiful. It actually was created about 7, 8 years ago. Its timeliness is what's really striking me. It's called The Home of the Brave by 3 of the really iconic New Thought music leaders, Karen Drucker, J.D. Martin, and David Roth. It's a 3-way collaboration between them.
For the past 4 years, Guadalupe checked in to the Phoenix office of immigration. Both of her kids U.S. born, but everything changed the day they took her away. In the home of the brave, in the land of the free, we are immigrants and pilgrims and refugees from every nation, one family. When you come for Guadalupe, you come for me.
For the past 2 years, Kamal made his rounds. Interfaith Medical Center, New York City. He went to Sudan to visit his mom. But everything changed. He couldn't come back. He was stranded
In the home of the brave,
in the land of the free.
we are
Immigrants and pilgrims and refugees from every nation, one family. When you come for Kamal, you come for me. Give me your time, your poor huddled masses. This is America, built by dreamers, yearning to breathe free. If I had to leave my country, what would I do? If the way I dressed was a trigger for you, if I'm not welcome here, where would I go? Could I sail away on an unknown ocean of hope? In the home of the brave, in the land of the free, we are immigrants and pilgrims and refugees from every nation, one family.
When you come for Guadalupe,
For Kamal, when you come for my neighbor, you come for me.
Powerful. Breathe that in. I want to say thank you to Karen and to David and to JD for that. Take another breath. We're talking today about being a global citizen. It's really important. It's not some cliche, it's not some utopian idea. There's only one Earth. There's only one planet. We got a little bit of a taste of the significance of that a few years ago when we were knee deep in the midst of COVID, where we could see that a virus knows nothing about geography or boundaries, doesn't care. You don't have your own air. You don't have your own water. That we're all a part of this same thing. There's so much effort and energy now within the United States of America, not the only one, but here in particular, of this idea of quote unquote America first, as though there's some kind of way that we can live or we can exist on some kind of an island. It's not true. And you can't do it. Okay. We are so completely connected and intertwined with one another that to a certain extent, even thinking of ourselves in just nationalistic terms almost doesn't even make any sense. If you're talking to a young person, I mean, like a kid, 8, 10, 9 years old, they're playing computer games with somebody in China. They're on Snapchat or something with somebody, in Paris. That because of the technologies that they've grown up with, they're looking at the same things all over the world, like at the same time, sharing things. Billions of people are looking, in hits. They don't have the same sense of just there's me here and then there's like you over there. I know when I've been a professional diversity trainer, And only God knows what's going to be taught in the schools now. I know when I would try to explain to them, to the younger kids, things like racial segregation. I mean, they would just look at me like like I was some kind of a multicolored unicorn. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm telling them about things that existed in my generation. But the idea to them that you would even bother, you could tell that it wasn't even like a moralistic thing. That just the logistics of it all was just blowing their little minds, that you would try to separate a movie theater or a bus or these different things, and where people would use the bathroom or what water fountain they could drink or whatnot. They just were like, are you kidding? Like, that's what you would do and that's what you would live. Well, like a lot of people, I sure would like to think that there's certain things that we've just moved past or moved beyond. Then we can archive that and say that's back in the annals of history. No. This idea that history repeats itself, well, unfortunately, it's true. But it's not that history repeats itself. It's that we don't learn the lessons. So we keep doing some of the same things over and over and over again. In our spiritual practice, we say that there's only one of us here. And we really do mean that. If you were to even look at it from an anatomical perspective, that we all literally have bits and pieces and particles within us of everybody who's ever existed. I know that's like hard to believe, but it's true. We're made of the stuff of the earth. We think of it as Adam. Like the first person in the Bible, man in the Bible is Adam, like a man. It's Adam. Adam. And if you look it up, its literal definition is a reddish brown color. Adam is earth being from the Adamah. The Adamah is the earth. Adam from the Adamah, earth being. Earth being. So that literally within us, you're going to find minerals. You're going to find chemicals. These bones and whatnot, they will compost back into the earth. The same earth that feeds us. There's really no separation. It is an illusion. Ideas of supremacy, they bear no reality. That one, even in terms of us being species, that something's higher than another. This group, this race, this sex, this religion, this nation. No. And unfortunately, in the United States, we're really kind of locked into this. Like we are like the chosen, and that somehow or another we have the right to do whatever it is that we want to do all over the world, even to each other, regardless of impact. No, we don't. We don't. We are called upon to be stewards of the earth. We are called upon to be caretakers of each other. Communities from the beginning of time have found their own ways within their own tribes, within their own communities, to uplift each other, to support each other, to celebrate the good times, the births, the marriages, to be there with each other in the hard times, in the deaths, in the injuries, in the illnesses. We're communal people. That's who and what we are. And in the United States, that goes a few steps even further, where we are this superpower on the planet that is literally an experiment of people coming from all different parts of the world with this idea and this promise of being able to live out your God-given potential, to become all that your character, all that your hard work, all that your resources, like whatever it is that you can be. This ideal that has fueled people coming into this nation from all over the globe for generations. Our Statue of Liberty, still to this day, talks about, bring me, you're tired and you're hungry, you're weary, you're tempest tossed. You know, the ones longing to be free. Well, that we're treating people who are immigrants, people who are refugees, people who are coming here because of the promise of America. We're treating them like they are criminals, you know, deporting them, you know, wholesale fear. No. You know, quiet is kept. A lot of people don't realize that Jesus was a refugee. Yes. Baby Jesus, a refugee. When he was born, it had been prophesied that there would be this child, this male child, who would be like this great king. So prophesied and so understood that even in the nativity story, you've got the quote unquote 3 wise men from the east following the stars, who understand even more than the people surrounding Jesus that something important was happening here. Nobody really knows what happened in his life from like age 13 to 30. From his teachings and the things that he said, most people believe that he actually went east. There had been a barbaric phenomena that had happened a number of times in Jewish history, where the baby boys were being massacred, basically, either for population control. That's what happened with Moses. And his mother put him in a basket in the river to try and protect him, to baby Jesus. Now, for all of the people who are purporting to be Christian right now, who are pushing the denigration and the criminalization of people who are coming here from other countries, just wanting to be a part of the American dream. You know, can you imagine what it had been like if it had been Egypt's policy at that particular time? Oh no, Mary and Joseph, no, you can't come in here. We don't want y'all kind. It is incumbent upon us to act like everybody belongs in this world. Listen to what I'm saying. It's not just a question of do people belong here, but do they belong at all? Our immigration policies, the way that we treat people, it depends upon what part of the globe that you're from. It's not even-handed. There's a way in which we would allow more harm to come to some than we would to others. The way we've just cut off aid, for example, with the USAID. Unconscionable. All the work that the United States has been doing in partnership with other nations, in partnership with private companies for disease control, for economic development, for waste management and water restoration. I mean, it just goes like on and on and on. And I contend that if Europe was in those kinds of straits, or if AIDS was running rampant in Europe, the way that it's running rampant in Africa, we'd probably have a little different response. I'm just saying. Who are we going to be as a people? See, who are we going to be? Where are we going to stand? Where are our voices going to be heard? What are we going to stand up for? You cannot separate spirituality and politics. You can separate church and state as institutions, but every politic is based upon a worldview about what is the natural order of things. How are things created? Who's in control? What is for the highest and best? What is our innate relationship to one another? Who should lead? How much is fair and equitable? In whom do you invest? Who gets to be educated? To learn, all of these things are based upon the view of what you think the intrinsic worth of an individual life is. I contend that life is precious, that no one person's life is worth more than another person's life. That each and every person has capacities, they have abilities, and a basic human right to exist. Listen to what I'm saying. We keep talking about rights as though they are man-made things. Okay. The man-made is just the affirmation and the codification of the fact that there's something transcendent than just our human laws. There are certain things, and we try to describe those as a human right, that it's yours just because you exist, that you have a right to life. You have a right to breathe. You have a right to clean water, clean air. You have a right to live. These are not things that we can make contingent upon your economic status, your social status, your geographical residence. No, no. It is incumbent upon us to speak up, to show up, to love, to support humanity. Not just some of us, but all of us. Now, if there's any part of you that's saying, oh, well, that's just too much, think about what you're really saying. Okay, if it's too much for everybody to be supported, then what you're saying is that by default, there are some people who don't deserve to have their basic needs met. That there's certain people that don't deserve safety, that don't deserve housing, that don't deserve health care or education. And if that's true, then who? Who makes that decision? I'm being reminded now of one of my spirit letters. You know, I just get these downloads from spirit. And it was a similar kind of internal dialogue that I was having with spirit. And spirit was trying to explain, you know, I want you to have it all. I want you and everybody to have it all. And there was some, I don't know, resistance or something within me of really being able to accept and to embrace that. The line that comes up quite frequently is, I'm trying to give you everything. Are there too many everys and everything? And there's one particular letter that just challenged me. And it helped me just get over it. And the spirit voice is saying, well, if everything is too much, just what part of my goodness are you preparing not to have? Is it my joy that you're intending to live without? Is it strength that you are preparing to live without? Is it volition and choice? Is it creative expression? Compassion? What? Just what? If too much, if all of it is too much, what are you preparing to do without? And as I was really sitting with it, it was like, I don't want to do without any of it. It's really like, then so be it. So be it, then accept it all. Well, I'm saying the same thing with us about humanity. The same thing. Like if we think, oh, it's just too much. It's just too inconceivable that everybody could flourish and have their needs met. Okay, if you believe that, kind of like spirit with the spiritual quality, then exactly who is it that you're preparing not have their needs met? Exactly who? And when we don't have the intent to want for everybody what we want for ourselves, then in our quest for what we want for ourselves, everybody else just becomes collateral damage. Collateral damage. It's just the impacts, the hurts that happen, oh, just because. We're trying to do this thing. We want to get to this terrorist group. Okay, now the fact that there are tens of thousands of children and women and millions of people displaced. Oh, well, we had a goal. We're seeing too much of that consciousness. We're seeing it in the United States, where our democracy itself, let alone our institutions, our civil service workers, the departments that have been there to protect, just collateral damage. It's on our way to do whatever it is that those of us who have the keys to the kingdom with the power have. No. 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 N-O, no. It doesn't make any sense from a socio-political standpoint, and it is completely out of alignment with universal spiritual truth. It's just out of alignment. And we should never accept, collude with, support, enable, promote, or any of the other things. The stuff that spiritually is so unsound, that is the complete contradiction of the oneness of all of us. Just breathe that in for a second. Let us not lose sight. Let's not lose sight of our love and commitment to the whole. I know when people are scared, they're busy squandering around and want to protect them and their own and look out for their family and all of the rest of that. We got to do better than that. We just have to do better than that. This moment, this great moment in history is calling us up and it's calling us out to stand up for the planet. The United States has removed itself from the Paris climate talks. It's actually removed itself from everything. It has not only removed itself, but in all government documents and websites and whatnot, not only is it removing any kind of reference to gender or race or sexual orientation, it is also removing all references to climate change. This is crazy. This is nuts. Okay? We cannot sleepwalk ourselves into this disaster. Just don't go sleep. Keep the high watch. Want for everybody what you want for yourself. And I know when there's enough demand for that. Oh my God, can you imagine? When we got 8 billion people in the world, their creativity and their genius. Oh my God. Can you imagine that much energy and all the good that can possibly take place? Let's keep our eye on the prize. Let's take it within. Let's pray. How grateful we are to be one with the one with the one. One planet, one people, one source. All connected from a divine lineage. There is no separation. In this moment right now, we pray namaste. The divine in me salutes the divine in you. For everything within us rejoices. Rejoices. I don't have to know your name. I may never meet you. But you're alive. Exist. Oh, and that's good enough for me. I pray the prayer of enoughness for everyone. That we all thrive. That we all have a chance. A chance to grow up. A chance to grow old. A chance to be in family and community. I pray in this moment for our God-given right to learn, to explore, to be free, to express ourselves, to sing, to dance, to do art. Our God-given right to laugh and enjoy life, to bathe in the sunlight, to breathe in the fresh air, to be quenched by cool, glass of clean water. To have a place to lay our heads. To have food in our belly. Shelter from the cold and the elements. The freedom to choose. The freedom to worship the God of our own understanding. The right to be healthy. can't earn it. This is where we stand. And we accept nothing less. There is no compromise here. There's no lowering of the expectations. No one's disposable or dispensable. No. Lord, lift us up where we belong. Manna from heaven, our daily bread. We know that it's possible. We know this. Heal our hearts. I pray our freedom from greed, from materialism, from any sort of abuse and violence, so that love reigns supreme. This is our prayer. All needs met. I speak a special prayer in this moment for all of the levers of power in society all over the world, for those in positions of great authority, the tremendous amount of institutional power, wealth. I pray in this moment that their hearts be touched, that the Holy Spirit keep watch with them in the midnight hour, guiding them, leading them, recalibrating them. To be in alignment with the most perfect will of the beloved community. This is the prayer. We pray for all the prayer requests that have come in. God is an awesome God. Accept this. We get out of the way. We allow it to be. And so it is. And so it is. We're paying community here. Send us your prayer requests. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind. Could be for you, for a loved one. It could be for the nation or something even larger than that. You don't have to go it alone. We're here. We have trained prayer practitioners. You can reach us by telephone at 831-465-9090, extension 254. You can also send us an email, the number 4 in the word prayer, at innerlightministries.com. Somebody will get back to you right away, as soon as they possibly can. But know that the praying starts as soon as the request is made. You don't have to do it alone. And perhaps there's something wonderful that's unfolding, and you just want somebody to stand with you in agreement. We're there for that as well. No charge. Donations are gladly accepted. It's a wonderful way to say thank you to the universe and thank you for the ministry holding this wonderful service. Don't let money, don't let anything. This could be your first time that you've even heard of us. avail yourself. We're here. So we breathe this in, get out of the way. We know that this word does not come back to us void, but is fulfilled here again. It's good, it's done. We get out of the way, we allow it to be. And so it is. Amen. Yes. I'm so glad that you're here with us. And if you're looking at this in real time, March 2nd, 2025, and you want a little extra treat, join us this afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We will be at the Resource Center for Nonviolence. It'll also stream on our YouTube live stream if you're not able to be in. Hip hop artist Smiles a Lot and his wife Namasia Carpenter are going to be doing the music there, formerly with Love Eternal. Lyrical Eye, Isaac Collins is going to be coming in and doing some very conscious spoken word for us. I'll be there, speaking as well. And we break bread afterwards. We have a really good time together. So please come and check out our calendar to see the different events and things that are going on. You can mark Easter. We will be having an Easter service at 10:30 a.m. I believe it's going to be at the Resource Center as well. That's April the 20th. But yes, we will be doing in person with our choir, with our band. Our band is always there with us at the Resource Center for Sundays. And if you're in the Santa Cruz area, second Sunday sunsets on 14th Avenue at the end there. You'll just go to the end by the ocean, and we're there. Bring your bubbles, bring your drums. It's where Kathy Miles lived, and we do that in honor of Kathy. So, this is our time of conscious giving. This is our time where we say thank you to the universe for helping us, for supporting us, for just always being there. Okay? It's our time to be a part of that divine givingness of God and to circulate. You'll see on your screen that there are a number of different ways in which you're able to do that. You see there is a QR code that's there. You can use a debit card. You can use a credit card. You can also do PayPal. There is a recurring option that is available to you. We really encourage you to take a look at that. That recurring option is also available in the text to give. And the text to give also has an extra feature there where you are able to use a bank card if you'd like to. Not a bank card, but an actual bank account, like a savings account or a checking account or something like that. You can do Cash App. You can do website, donate there, or you might want to just send something in, and mail it in. But regardless of what you do with it or how the methodology that you're using, know that all of it goes towards the one thing: blessing and being blessed. And I invite you to join me right now in blessing the offerings. Okay. And you can even repeat after me: my every act produces abundance. I dare to give freely unto the truth that sets us free. I release this gift, knowing it returns to me, knowing it returns to us 1,000-fold. And remember that Your generosity is not a one-way street. It returns to you. It returns to you. Yes. And I'd like to correct myself on the second Sunday sunsets. I said 14th Avenue. I knew something wasn't right with that. It's 16th. It's at the end of 16th Avenue. Everybody just take a breath. Come back to this message. Please share it, like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Come back, take a look at the affirmations too. As always, we want to take this consciousness and multiply it. See you next time.